Welcome to an enchanting tale that will whisk you away into a world of mystery and adventure. Join Aelin, a fierce female warrior, as she bravely navigates the frost-laden lands to unite the clans against an awakening darkness. With each twist and turn of her journey, battle ancient foes and forge powerful alliances, you're in for a captivating ride. Whether you're relaxing, driving, or working, let this immersive story accompany you. If you enjoy the adventure, please consider giving us a like and subscribing for more thrilling tales. Your support means the world. As I stood in the heart of Valekar, the palpable energy of the relic pulsating around me, I felt the weight of choices pressing down like the heavy snow outside. The air was thick, charged with ancient magic and the anticipation of what was to come. The frosted keeper, now looming near, watched my every move with eyes that glimmered like ice in the sun. I took a breath to steady myself, feeling the cool air fill my lungs, invigorating, yet reminding me of the perilous path I had traveled. "What are you, truly? What is your purpose here?" I asked, my voice stronger than I felt. The relic shifted in response, its form swirling like a cyclone of frost and light, revealing glimpses of its pasta guardian of balance, a source of immense power, once revered, now feared. Once, I was the protector of this realm, safeguarding against the encroaching darkness. But power can warp even the noblest of purposes. The spirit spoke, its voice ethereal, echoing around the chamber. "Now I am bound a prisoner in this fort, and you, Aelin, hold the key to my freedom and your people's fate." In that moment, everything I had endured became a tapestry of decisions, interwoven with threads of bravery and fear. My family, my clan, our traditions, they were all tied to the strength of this relic. But what would happen if I chose to unleash its power? Would it protect us, or would it plunge us into a darkness deeper than the winter itself? I turned my gaze to the murals on the walls, the frozen images of warriors lost to betrayal. They seemed to stare back, their expressions a mixture of hope and despair, warning me of the dangers that came with wielding magic so potent. The truth began to crystallize. The guardians of the past had made choices that led to their downfall. How could I avoid repeating their mistakes? "I seek not only to guard my people, but to understand what must be done," I said, feeling a courage rising within me, intertwined with the frost that bit at my skin. "Tell me what I must do." The spirit began to unveil the history of the relic. It spoke of an ancient prophecy, one that foretold the rise of a warrior during the harshest winter, destined to either break the curse or repeat the cycle of darkness. "To wield my power, you must complete the trial of the soul," it proclaimed. "You will face not only the shadows that dwell within these walls, but also the shadows of your own heart." My breath caught at the thought. The trial of the soul was a rite spoken of in whispers, a test designed to reveal the deepest fears and truths hidden within oneself. Could I withstand it? The voice of my ancestors echoed in my mind, urging me to face whatever lay ahead, for my clan depended on my journey. With newfound determination, I nodded solemnly. "I accept your trial. I will do what I must to protect my home." The frosted keeper raised a hand, and the air thickened, swirling into a vortex of snowflakes and shimmering light. The chamber around me transformed, the walls melting into a frozen landscape, devoid of color and brimming with shadows. Suddenly, I found myself standing in a desolate wasteland, a reflection of my fears, where winter stretched endlessly, and every flake that fell whispered doubts into the air. As I took my first step into this realm of shadows, the chilling winds howled, echoing voices of my past. "Aelin, you aren't strong enough. You will fail. Your family, they will perish. Who do you think you are to face this darkness?" I clenched my fists, the power of the relic flaring within me as I pushed the doubts aside. I sprinted forward into the depths of the icy expanse, determined to confront each voice that dared challenge my worth. The shadows morphed into phantom images of my past traumas, losses, and the faces of friends who had fallen in battle. "Face me." "I am not afraid," I shouted, standing resolute against the onslaught of memories that sought to envelop me. One phantom stepped forward, resembling my younger self, trembling and filled with doubt. "You always hide from your fears. You will never be a true guardian." "No, I am not that person anymore," I yelled, channeling the strength I had gathered through my journey. Light surged from within me, illuminating the shadows. With every ounce of willpower, I pushed through the darkness, reliving those memories yet emerging stronger with each confrontation. As I battled the shadows, I began to see a flicker of light in the distance, growing brighter with each step I took toward it. The voices subsided, replaced by a serene calmness that filled the cold air. This light was different. It felt warm, embracing, a reminder of my purpose. I reached the source, a figure cloaked in warmth and light, an embodiment of hope. It smiled gently, and in that moment I realized it was the spirit of my ancestors merging with my own strength. You carry our legacy. Your courage resonates in the heart of winter. You are ready, Aelin. Suddenly, I felt a surge of clarity. The whispers transformed, no longer threats, but reminders of resilience, of family, and of love. The shadows dissipated, leaving me standing in a tranquil landscape, the icy winds now a gentle caress. I had faced my fears and emerged renewed. With resolve swelling within me, I felt the bond between the relic and me strengthen. I understood that Valekar required not just the relic's magic, but a heart brave enough to wield it wisely. As the vision dissolved, I found myself back in the chamber of Valekar, the relic shimmering in front of me. The Frosted Keeper nodded, approval etched across his features. Now you have passed the trial of the soul. Choose, Aelin. Will you accept the responsibility of the relic and become its guardian? I took a deep breath, knowing the weight of my choice, not just for myself, but for my village, my clan, all of whom relied on my strength. I will guard the relic and learn its secrets. I will ensure Valekar stands as a protector against the darkness. With my acceptance, the relic pulsed warmly, its light expanding, illuminating walls adorned with the stories of those who had come before. The path ahead would be treacherous, but I felt ready to unravel the mysteries that awaited. And so began my journey, not simply as a warrior returning from the frost, but as the new guardian of a legacy intertwined with magic, destiny, and the enduring spirit of my people. Together, we would confront the looming shadows and secure a brighter tomorrow, no matter how fierce the winter became. With my vow echoing in the chamber, the fort's atmosphere shifted. The shadows receded, drawn back into the walls of Valekar, retreating like whispers in the wind as the light from the relic enveloped me in warmth. I could feel its ancient magic swirling around me, a promise of protection and strength. As I took my first steps as the new guardian, the Frosted Keeper stepped forward, his form shimmering in the residual light. You have chosen wisely, Aelin. But know that being a guardian is more than just wielding power. You must also learn to bear the weight of the past and the hopes of the future. I nodded, my heart pounding with a mixture of fear and excitement. What must I do now? The first task is to awaken the alliance of the Guardian clans. They have slumbered through many winters, bound by a pact once forged in frost and fire. You must seek them out and unite them, for the darkness that stirs now is unlike anything we have faced before. It hungers for chaos and thrives on isolation. Suddenly, the air shimmered and a map of the surrounding regions materialized, etched in frost on the stone floor beneath my feet. Each clan was marked by an emblem, scattered across the landscape like stars in a night sky. It dawned on me that this journey would take me beyond the familiar hills of my childhood, into the realms of powers I had only heard whispered about in legends. The Frostbinders dwell to the east, the Keeper continued, guardians of the icebound glaciers. To the north are the Flamewatchers, custodians of the volcanoes. To our west are the Sylvan Ancients, protectors of the deep woods. Finally, to the south, the Stormforged Masters of the Skies. Each will require something from you before they will aid us. The map flickered, and as it did, a shimmering image of each clan flashed before my eyes. The Frostbinders, with their icy blue tattoos and fierce determination. The Flamewatchers, their eyes ablaze with the fires of passion. The Sylvan Ancients, draped in the greens and browns of the earth. And the Stormforged, their laughter echoing like thunder among the clouds. I took a moment to linger over the markings, a sense of purpose filling me. What will I need to offer them? The Frostbinders cherish loyalty and strength. They will wish to test your combat skills against their fiercest warriors. The Flamewatchers are drawn to passion and bravery. They will require you to face your deepest fears in their fire. The Sylvan Ancients honor wisdom and nature. You will have to show your affinity with the earth. And for the Stormforged, you must find a way to earn their trust, as they value loyalty above all else. With intentionality igniting my spirit, I understood the path ahead would not be easy, but it was clear. My first journey must take me to the Frostbinders. They had always been known for their fierce ability to combat the harshest winters and had a long history with the clan I belonged to. I felt a bond, however tenuous, tethering us together. How will I find them? I asked, already imagining the arduous journey ahead. The keeper sighed, a sound like the breaking of ice. You will need to summon the snow fox. It resides in these woods and serves as the guide for those who seek the Frostbinders. Follow its trail and you will find your way. He gestured toward the exit. I stepped forward, the chill of the outside world beckoning me back into its embrace. Just before I left Valekar's hallowed halls, I turned back and asked one last question. What if I fail? What if they refuse me? The keeper's eyes flickered like the shifting snowflakes. Only those who lack conviction fail. Trust in your journey, Aelin. Remember, the warmth of your heart will guide you even in the coldest of times. As I ventured into the snowy landscape beyond, I felt invigorated, yet the burden of my mission sat heavy on my shoulders. The blinding white of the snow crunched beneath my boots as I made my way through the frosted trees, their branches heavy with frozen crystals. My heart raced, like the winds swirling around me, as I searched for signs of the mystical snow fox. Hours passed, the sun casting a muted glow on the horizon, painting the sky in shades of blue and gray, when suddenly a flicker of movement caught my eye. There, darting among the shadows, I spotted a creature with fur as white as the snow, its eyes glistening like the stars. It noticed me too and paused, tilting its head in curiosity. I approached slowly, my heart pounding in anticipation. "Oh, swift snow fox, guide me to the Frostbinders," I whispered softly, hoping my sincerity would break through to it. The fox seemed to listen, its shimmering gaze locked onto mine with an intelligence beyond mere animal instinct. As if understanding my plea, it turned and bounded away, encouraging me to follow. I mirrored its movements, sinking into the rhythm of our pursuit, the world around us becoming a tapestry of shimmering whites and blues. We darted through the thicket until the terrain sloped upward, revealing a vast glacier shimmering under the dim light of dusk. In the distance, majestic ice formations towered like ancient sentinels, and my breath caught at their splendor. As we drew closer, I heard the resonant echoes of laughter, the voices mingling with the wind. The Frostbinders were near. The snow fox stopped, waiting for me at the forefront of the glacier. I approached cautiously, my heart racing with a mix of excitement and nerves. Just as I stepped onto the smooth surface of the ice, a shout rang out, piercing the moment. Who approaches our sacred ground? A towering figure dressed in layered furs emerged, their features honed by the bitter cold and fierce resolve. This must be a Frostbinder warrior, a guardian steeped in the very essence of winter. "I am Aelin of the Frost Guardian clan," I called out, my voice steady. "I seek your alliance against the darkness that threatens our lands." The warrior took a moment to assess me, their piercing gaze assessing my every detail. "The Frostbinders are not so easily swayed. You must prove yourself worthy," they warned, tone laced with challenge. "To earn our trust, you must best one of our champions in combat." My heart raced at the prospect. I had faced many battles before, steeped in the fierce training of my clan. Yet the weight of this moment felt monumental, like the very glacier surrounding us. "Very well," I replied, the resolve swelling in my chest. "I accept the challenge." With a nod from the warrior, another figure emerged, a tall and imposing Frostbinder, cloaked in fur and ice. "I am Alara," she proclaimed, her breath visible in the cold air, a fierce glint in her eyes. "Prepare yourself, Aelin. I will not hold back." As the crystal skies stretched above and the icy expanse formed our battleground, I tightened my grip on the hilt of my sword. I remembered the warmth of Valekar, the resolve to protect my people, and the whispers of strength from my ancestors. Together, we would face the darkness, one step at a time. The battle began, ice and steel clashing as we fought, both determined to emerge victorious. In that moment, I knew this was just the beginning of a journey that would shape the fate of my clan and the world beyond the frost. As I faced Alara, the power of the frost coursed through me, sharp and invigorating. Each clash of our weapons echoed across the glacier, shattering the silence of the frozen landscape. She moved with a fluidity that belied her size, her technique honed through years of battling the harshest winters. I could feel the weight of her resolve with every strike, and my heart surged with adrenaline. I sidestepped her first lunge, countering with a swift strike of my sword, aimed at her shoulder. She parried with a quick flick of her wrist, the sound of steel ringing against steel. "Is that all you've got?" she taunted, a smile playing on her lips, ice-blue tattoos spiraling across her arms, glowing faintly in the pale light. "Well, see who tires first," I replied, channeling the warmth of my clan deep within me, pushing through the cold that sought to dull my senses. I knew I had to be more than just a warrior. I had to prove that my spirit burned brightly enough to conquer any frost. With a feint to the left and a sharp pivot, I attempted to catch her off guard. But Alara was quick, her eyes narrowing as she predicted my movement. I barely had time to react as she swept low, knocking my legs out from under me. I hit the ice with a harsh thud, my breath escaping me for a moment. But I was not beaten yet. I rolled away just as Alara's blade sliced through the air where I had been lying. I sprang back to my feet, my heart hammering in my chest, the air thick with the scent of ice and battle. Each moment sharpened my focus. I could not afford to falter. "Impressive recovery," she said with a hint of admiration. "But now you face the storm." She lunged again with fierce determination, her blade encased in frost shining menacingly under the waning light. I parried, but the force of her attack sent me staggering back, scrambling to maintain my ground. The chill of the ice seeped into my bones, yet I felt the fire of my purpose within. In a desperate attempt to regain control, I shifted my stance and harnessed the momentum of my body, pivoting on my heel and unleashing a series of strikes. Each movement became a dance of agility, the power of my spirit clashing against the chill of Alara's strength. Our fight continued, and I learned as much about Alara as I did about myself. Her fighting style was rhythmic, almost hypnotic, and the connection between us deepened with every swing of our swords. I began to anticipate her moves, a synchronization forming between her sharp attacks and my own responses. But despite my growing confidence, I knew she was still holding back, testing my resolve, waiting to see if I could last. The cold air grew thicker around us as we battled, the ethereal beauty of the glistening glacier providing a stark contrast to the ferocity of our duel. With a surge of determination, I called forth my clan's spirit within me, the sense of unity and strength flowing through my veins. "I am Aelin, guardian of my people. I fight not just for myself, but for those who stand behind me." I shouted, and with that declaration, my heart ignited with fervor. In a daring gambit, I launched myself forward, striking high before swiftly targeting her legs, aiming to unbalance her. Alara deftly avoided my initial blow, but as I transitioned, pivoting into a sweeping arc with my sword, I caught her off guard. The tip of my blade nicked her side, and a gasp escaped her lip-zone that was part shock, part exhilaration. The air stilled for a heartbeat, and in that moment of surprise, she was overtaken by laughter, joyous and pure. "Very well, Aelin. You've earned my respect with that move." Realizing that I had touched something deeper, I felt a surge of warmth. The battle was more than just strength. It was about connection. The Frostbinders honored tenacity and spirit as much as skill. As we reset our stances, both breathing heavily, the atmosphere shifted. The laughter of our duel rang out amid the silence of the glacier as we shared mutual recognition. "Let us end this match," Alara proposed with a determined glint in her eye. "One last strike. Let us see who stands at the end." I nodded, adrenaline coursing through me, fully aware of the stakes. I could feel the weight of every Frostbinder witnessing our contest, each one attuned to the essence of what it meant to be a guardian. As I readied myself, I remembered the warmth of my ancestors, their spirits guiding me through every challenge. In synchronized motion, we charged at each other, our blades raised to symbolically meet in the heart of winter. The world around us faded into the background. All that existed was the drive to protect, each strike a promise, each block a testament to our strength. In that climactic moment, we clashed, swords entwining, and for a heartbeat, time itself seemed to freeze. A surge of energy erupted around us, brilliant and blinding, illuminating the frozen expanse, as if the ancient spirits of the land had awakened to witness our duel. When the light faded, I found myself standing firm, blade poised, while Alara remained slightly off balance, her weapon lowered yet her spirit unbroken. The murmurs of the Frostbinders echoed in the air then, a chorus of approval rising from the surrounding warriors. Alara chuckled, breathless yet full of life. "You have proven yourself to be worthy, Aelin, not just of strength but of spirit, heart, and the unwavering desire to protect your clan." A wave of relief washed over me, and I lowered my weapon. "Thank you, Alara. I seek your alliance against the darkness threatening our homes." "Then you shall have it. The Frostbinders will stand with you," she affirmed, extending her hand as a symbol of our newfound bond. "Together, we shall gather the other clans and face whatever darkness lies ahead." As I clasped her forearm in a gesture of unity, warmth surged through my body, a promise of what was to come. With the Frostbinders standing beside me, I felt the foundations of an alliance taking shape, one that would weave together the strength of every guardian across the realms. And yet, I knew this was just the beginning. With Alara by my side, we would venture forth, summoning the remaining clans, each of whom held their own truths and trials. The prophecy loomed large over us, and I would face it fully aware of the challenge that lay ahead. Bound by a shared destiny under the boundless sky and the unforgiving frost, we made our way back toward Valekar, invigorated by the connection we forged. I set my mind to the road ahead, already envisioning the journey to include not only the Frostbinders united with me, but the Flamewatchers, the Sylvan Ancients, and the Stormforged all in a fight against the encroaching darkness that sought to unravel the very fabric of our worlds. Together, with the spirit of the winter guiding us, we would emerge from the cold, defended not just by our powers but by the resilience born from unity and the unwavering hope that even the harshest winter could not snuff out. The light of our combined strength shone bright, igniting a flicker of promise in the depths of the frost-ridden heart. As Alara and I strode together across the dazzling expanse of the glacier, I could feel the thrill of camaraderie invigorating me with every step. Behind us, the Frostbinders watched, their admiration palpable. I realized now how vital these alliances would be to any plan we had to confront the dark forces stirring in the shadows. Once we reached the fort of Valekar, the architectural marvel of ice and stone loomed above us, its very walls shimmering with an otherworldly glow that seemed to pulse in harmony with the heartbeat of the relic I guarded. It felt as though Valekar itself was breathing a sigh of relief at our return, welcoming the newfound strength we brought with us. Inside, I recounted the details of our encounter to the Frostbinders gathered around the central hearth, illuminated by flickering flames that cast playful shadows on the icy walls. Each warrior listened intently, their expressions reflecting both respect and a growing excitement for the journey ahead. Now that we stand united, our next destination will be to summon the Flamewatchers, I announced, my eyes sweeping the room, seeking acknowledgement from my newfound allies. The Frostbinders nodded, determination simmering within them as they looked to Alara. "The Flamewatchers dwell at the peak of Mount Cindermire," she proclaimed. "It is a harsh journey fraught with volcanic activity and treacherous terrain. They will expect not just strength, but also an unwavering spirit to kindle their own fires. We must prove our worth to them," I said, the weight of leadership settling upon my shoulders, using the flames of desire and bravery to face whatever trials they devise. With preparations underway, the Frostbinders began to gather supplies, and I took a moment to reflect. Underneath the navies of swirling snow and the bitter winds, I contemplated how far I had come. From a solitary warrior venturing into the frost to a leader forging powerful alliances, we were all tasked with protecting the essence of our lands. The following dawn marked our departure, the chill of winter embracing us as we ventured toward Mount Cindermire. The path wound through densely packed forests, white branches glistening like diamonds against a canvas of blue. I felt the spirits of the winter wind guiding us, and the anticipation for the trials ahead ignited a fire deep within. As we approached the mountain, the air grew heavier, laden with the weight of ash and smoke. Alara led us, her knowledge of the land proving invaluable. We trekked upward, traversing rocky paths surrounded by bubbling lava flows that shared their heat, reminding us of the ever-present danger. With every step, the plants grew sparser. Only the resilient flora that could withstand the heat clung to life. I reflected on how the Flamewatchers embodied the very essence of survival, thriving amid chaos. Yet as we ascended, I felt a warm glow begin to flicker within me, a kindling ready to ignite. At the summit, we were met by a wall of fire, brilliant flames dancing like the very essence of the sun. It flickered ominously, unveiling the majesty of the Flamewatchers, cloaked in colors of ember and ash, with eyes that gleamed like molten gold. I stepped forward, heart pounding, knowing the challenge I now faced. Who dares enter the domain of the Flamewatchers? A figure emerged from the blaze, tall and fierce, adorned with fire-themed relics and a crown of flame woven from the earth's breath. I am Aelin, guardian of the Frost Guardian clan, I declared, summoning the strength of my voice to rise above the rush of flames. I seek your alliance against the darkness that encroaches. The figure's gaze evaluated me, searching for the flame that burned within. You must face the trial of fire. Aelin, prove to us that your spirit is bright enough to withstand the flames and fury of this realm. A rush of heat surged around me, but I stood firm, staring into the abyss of fire. I accept, I replied, feeling the pulse of the warmth already kindling in my heart. The trial began as I was guided into a vast arena encircled by the Flamewatchers, their eyes shimmering with anticipation. Flames roared as the arena erupted into a battleground, infused with heat and ash, swirling like ethereal spirits. Remember, Aelin, this trial will test your fears, your bravery, and your very essence. Alara called out from the sidelines, her support wrapping around me like the warmth of a comforting blanket. With a deep breath, I faced a wall of fire that surged toward me, challenging my resolve. The heat was intense, an overwhelming force as I stepped forward, each breath feeling charged with an electric tension. I pushed through the flames, letting them lap at me, my armor absorbing the heat, but my will remained unyielding. Visions emerged within the flickering blaze faces of loved ones, memories of my childhood and battles fought, intertwined with flickers of my innermost fears. The moments of doubt and loss, where darkness threatened to consume me. Yet with each vision, I felt a fire igniting within, a reminder of the resilience that had forged my spirit. I raised my sword high, channeling the memories of warmth and love, drawing upon those who had fought and fallen before me. I carry your strength with me, I shouted, allowing the flames to transform into a conduit for my spirit. As I advanced further, the heat radiated around me. I no longer felt it as an adversary, but as a part of me, harmonizing with the essence of winter and the spirit of the guardians before me. My resolve deepened in that fiery cacophony. With a final surge, I flung myself through the heart of the flame wall, the fires parting like the wings of an ancient bird. I emerged on the other side, my hair tousled and embers dancing around me, leaving the Flamewatchers in stunned silence. The figure who had first addressed me stepped forward, a smile breaking across their face. You have withstood the flames, balanced your fears, and emerged as a beacon of courage. You are worthy. The cheers of the Flamewatchers rose in a chorus, resonating through the air. Aelin, Aelin, Aelin echoed around me, and I felt warmth enveloping Menot, just from the heat, but from the connections forged in that moment. Standing among the flames, I understood I was now recognized not just as a guardian, but as a bridge between frost and fire, a conduit for the alliances we sought. The Flamewatchers will stand with you against the darkness, the leader declared, extending a hand in solidarity. I clasped it firmly, sealing a bond that promised unwavering strength and unity. With two clans united under our shared purpose, I felt the anticipation of our next journey wash over me. The Sylvan ancients awaited, their wisdom essential to our mission. As we set forth from the flames of Mount Cindermire, I allowed the heat to resonate within me, fueling the fire in my spirit. Every step we took brought me closer to my vision of uniting all guardians and empowering them against the coming storm. I had faced danger, embraced my journey, and witnessed the flickering light against the raging darkness. The world before me pulsed with possibility, and I was determined to forge ahead, one step at a time, gathering strength in numbers and unwavering resolve until we stood united against whatever lay on the horizon.